Hello, vloggers, and fellow YouTubers, I guess would be the appropriate term. This is the first video for the Companions vlog. It's basically going to be a vlog that's similar to Five Awesome Girls or any vlog that you've seen where each person is assigned a day of the week from Monday to Friday, and they will make a video that day about whatever the weekly challenge is. This week, our challenge is just introducing yourself. I put together a list of questions using various Doctor Who challenges or Harry Potter challenges that I've seen, or About Me challenges. And basically, I just want to go ahead and do mine today. Even though our blog won't start until the week of August 8th, seeing as August 8th is my birthday, and I'm pretty sure most of you would like an example before the week begins, I just decided to do it today and get it over with because it's Wednesday. I mean, close enough. Okay, my actual name is Caitlin, spelled like Caitlin, which isn't very common. I've seen a few people who spell it like that, but people like to make it creative when they're spelling it. Companion name. Another aspect of what we're doing, seeing as most of us are Doctor Who fans, we're going to have a companion name, which is basically who you could associate us with, and most of the time, the person that has a companion name that's also their favorite companion. I'm Rose, and I love drugs. My URL to my blog will be down there, but just to say it, it's Ronald Weasley, because Ron is a bro. How were you first introduced to Doctor Who? Well, there's multiple answers to this. I've known about Doctor Who for a long time, and I've seen a few episodes here and there, but it wasn't until probably the beginning of this summer, around Christmas or so, that I actually started watching it. During Christmas, I watched, I think, the Christmas special and some of the 11th Doctor episodes, but never enough to really consider myself a fan. But starting with the summer, I watched seasons or series 1 through 6.5, I guess you could say, and I fell absolutely in love with it. And I'm sad I didn't watch earlier. Who is my doctor? I feel like I should say Nine, because he was my first legitimate doctor, though I watched some 11th episodes. Um, he was my first doctor, and so I call him my doctor, though my favorite New Who doctor, which is the next question, is probably David Tennant, 10th Doctor. I liked him a lot, and he stayed on longer, so it gave me more time to really like him, and I liked him and Rose's relationship. And who's your favorite classic Who doctor? I haven't watched that much classic Who. I've been meaning to go through and just watch it all, but that would just take so much time because there's so many episodes. But from what I've seen, I really like the fourth Doctor. And who's your favorite companion? I've kind of already answered that. Rose. Rose is definitely my favorite companion. Um, do you have a favorite series? Probably two. Series 2, because that's when you really see the Rose and Doctor relationship form, and I just in general really love those episodes. And Tooth and Claw is my favorite episode of Doctor Who altogether, so that's why I love it so much. Who do you ship? Well, besides the obvious of Dr. Rose, and I mean every doctor, no matter what, 9, 10, 10.5, 11, I ship them with Rose. But I also have taken a liking to Rory and Rose, which is kind of a crack ship, I'm not even gonna lie, but I like them together. And I also like 11th and Amy and Rory. What is your all-time favorite episode? I also already kind of answered that. Tooth and Claw from the second series, where Torchwood is created and we get to see Billie Piper attempt a Scottish accent, and it's not that great. And I just really liked it. I thought it was well done, and even though like the graphics on the wolf weren't A plus, I still really liked it. And the last, what's your favorite moment from that episode? When Rose is trying to speak her Scottish accent, you know, the "Ach, I've been oot and a boot, hoots mon." I just think that's really funny because it just like the doctor's telling her to hush because she's crimping his style. Okay, not everybody was born Scottish. um, why do you love Doctor Who? I love Doctor Who because I just really like the relationships that form in it, because all the TV shows you watch nowadays is all about the girl getting the guy, getting together, kissing, la di da. And even though I like really would rather Doctor and Rose kissed a little bit more, I liked how it developed their relationship mentally first. In a way, it's more of she fell in love with him through like his personality and the crazy things he put her through, and that's another thing I like about it. I like that it takes you to places that man has never been, and it gives you the thought that like when we get there one day, what it's going to be like, even though I know it's a fantasy show and they don't exactly know, the writers don't know how it's going to be if we ever reach those places. It opens up your imagination just to the thought if when we do, because I think we will one day. And another thing I like about it is that it just opens your imagination to the thought of other things. Not just, it forces you to not just think about you here and now. It forces you to think about others everywhere, all the time. Living, breathing, humans, other species if that's possible, other places besides Earth living if that's possible, and I don't know, I like that about it. What is your username on Pottermore if you've gotten in? My username is HeartMoon67. Okay, I know that sounds really dumb, but I was so frazzled when I was signing up because I was literally like, because I got in on the first night. I was so delusional with sleep because it was like 5 a.m. in the morning, and so like happy that I'd gotten the question right that I just completely just picked something random, and there was probably a better choice out there, but Heart Moon sounds like Sailor Moon, but hey, I'm not bothered. What's my house? Definitely Gryffindor. I've taken the test again and again and again. I'm not smart enough to be Ravenclaw. Hufflepuff isn't an option. And every time I take a test, like, you know, with the percentages and everything, both Slytherin and Gryffindor are way up there on the list, but Gryffindor's always a little bit higher, like maybe about 10% higher than Slytherin. And so I just go with Gryffindor because I don't like halfy houses. You know, like I'm a Gryffindor and all that. No, I feel like you should pick, because if you actually went to Hogwarts, you wouldn't have that option. You know. When did you start reading the books / first see the movies? Started reading the books the moment I could read, really, because they've been out almost all my life. So probably around the ages 7 or 8 or 6, somewhere in that frame of time. And I remember one of my main drives for reading them wasn't exactly that they were my favorite book, because even though they were, was that if you guys ever had AR reading at your school, Harry Potter books were the highest on the AR reading chart. You got like 50 points for reading them and taking a test. And when you first see the movies, I went to the first movie the day it came out. They didn't have midnight premieres yet, but I do remember going to the second movie midnight premiere. Yeah, that was because the second movie was my favorite, and the second book was my favorite at the time, and it still kind of is. It's pretty much up there. What's your favorite book, favorite movie? My favorite book is in between Chamber of Secrets, Half-Blood Prince, and Deathly Hallows. I can't pick, and my favorite movie is probably Chamber of Secrets or Deathly Hallows Part 2. Least favorite book movie for both Goblet of Fire. I don't like the book, I don't like the movie. I mean, I can't hate any of them. That's not, it's just if I had to pick. Favorite male character, refer to my URL. Definitely Ronald Weasley. Favorite female character, somewhere split between Hermione and Ginny. Who do you ship out of Harry Potter world? Definitely Ron and Hermione. That's number 1, OTP. And then Harry Ginny is number 2. I like George and Luna. I don't know, I feel like her quirkiness would be entertaining to him, and that she would keep him entertained in his time of sadness. But at the same time, I also really like Neville and Luna. But I've always kind of, ever since we were introduced to Luna, I've always thought of her with one of the twins. And it wasn't until Deathly Hallows movie that I really thought about Neville and Luna. I don't know. And, I liked, the classics, Tonks and Lupin. And I really like Lily and James, because no matter what people say about James, I just put a hand up to it. I don't listen. I like James. I am a James lover. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. The 5 songs you would play on a deserted island and why? This one is kind of easy for me because I have a way of being able to listen to a song again and again and again and again and again without it bothering me. I don't know. I guess I'm weird that way, but I would probably pick Rose by Jeff Smith. I don't know, I just really like it, and I could listen to it over and over. His voice is really nice. Open Your Eyes by Snow Patrol, because Snow Patrol is my favorite band. Run by Snow Patrol, because, again, that's my favorite band. Signal Fire by Snow Patrol. Self-explanatory once more. And, probably Because We Want To by Billie Piper, because the other day I listened to that like probably 80 times in a row, and I just thought it was really it's very Britney Spears, like 90 Britney Spears, and very Spice Girls. It's very, very Spice Girls, but I don't know. I just really liked it. It's not some deep emotional song, obviously, but it's really good. Describe any other fandoms you love, musical artists you like, movies, etc. My favorite movie is The Proposal. I really like romantic comedies. I just think, I don't know, perfect balance chick flicks. I like The Proposal and She's the Man and 27 Dresses. I'm a chick, very obviously. So, other fandoms. Don't really think I have any besides Harry Potter and Doctor Who, but I do like Skins. That's not true. Skins is one of my fandoms. I've watched it since the beginning of Series 1, or Generation 1 rather. Didn't really watch the US version. I watched the first episode and then maybe a couple in between, but I think it got canceled with good reason. Alright, that's all I have. Hope that helped you out. Sorry this was so long. Thank you if you actually stuck it out and watched this all. And Donna, Dr. Hogwarts. Okay. I will see you Tuesday, even though it's not Monday.